Good morning, everyone. Before I begin today's session, I just want to compliment everyone how sharp everyone is looking. You guys look amazing, and thank you for coming to today's event. My name is Benjamin. I'm a solutions engineer at Couchbase, and today we're going to talk about how Couchbase enables our customers to deliver great experiences to their end users, and also how they're able to manage costs and lower their total cost of ownership when choosing Couchbase as their database of choice. Now, just a little bit of context on who I am. I'm a solutions engineer at Couchbase, and as the name suggests, customers come to me with their engineering challenges, their engineering headaches, and their engineering goals of 2024. And as a solutions engineer, I come up with solutions for them, and to think about how Couchbase may be a good fit for their goals, for their challenges that they're facing. Now, for today's agenda, I wanted to break it down a little bit, starting off with insights from our customers in the FSI space, then moving on to how Couchbase helps our customers, wrapping up with how Couchbase is different from other databases in the market, and then what can we do next after you get excited about the new emerging technologies. Now, as I speak to my customers literally day in and day out, what I'm hearing is that they want to deliver great experiences for their end users, whether it's internal end users or external end users. Whether you're in the city center in Manila or whether you're chilling by the beaches in Palawan, your users want to have a good experience, and what this means is that applications can no longer have that spinning wheel. Applications have to be personalized. Now, the next aspect of what I'm hearing from my customers is that they have to develop in a more effective manner, leverage the skill sets which my existing teams have. What this means is that if I want to move from a relational database today to a NoSQL database tomorrow, I want to leverage the skill set which my existing development teams have. Now, the next aspect or the next pillar is that they want to deploy effectively. They don't want to just deploy on-prem, on server. They want to make use of new technologies, cloud technologies, right? Bring their data closer to the end user at the edge. And of course, in today's world, think about the applications that you're using. Most of these applications have AI capabilities. And what this means for my customers is that they want a database that can incorporate these AI capabilities out of the box. Now, if you think about how applications have evolved over time, it looks something like this, right? In the 1990s, you have your client-server applications, and then you move over to web applications in the 2000s. And then in 2010s, we cater for smart mobile applications. In today's world, in 2020s, we're thinking about how to incorporate AI capabilities into all of your applications. Now, in today's session, we'll talk about Couchbase, how Couchbase exactly deals with those components. Starting off with the customers that Couchbase helps. So across different industries, there are many industry leaders doing great things with Couchbase, but I just wanted to point out a few use cases. Starting off with FICO. So as most of us here are from the FSI space, you will know of FICO being the solution for FICO Falcon. Right? And FICO Falcon does fraud monitoring on transactions. Now, all of those transactions come through Couchbase as their mission-critical application. Emirates is another one of our customers, and they use Couchbase for offline use cases. So they are able to make data mutations even in a disconnected environment. And when they come back to a place with internet connectivity, synchronization of data takes place automatically. Now, most of us here, if not all of us here, would use LinkedIn, I assume. But for those of you who are not familiar with LinkedIn, it is a social network for professionals. Right? And every year, graduate from university, they're joining the workforce. But what this means is they're also joining the LinkedIn community, right? The LinkedIn user base. LinkedIn was previously using Oracle, and they were facing some bottlenecks with performance. And then they started to evaluate a new database in the market that could accommodate these high workloads. And after some evaluations, they chose Couchbase. And last but not least is Rakuten Viber. Right? Rakuten Viber is very, very large, not just in Philippines, but also in Japan. And Rakuten Viber is used as a communication application that also runs off Couchbase. Now, those were some industry leaders doing great things, but across different industries, you would see that a lot of these familiar logos are also using Couchbase. Now, personally, I extremely feel very relatable to the gaming industry because I'm a huge gamer. Now, every year, no matter how good or how bad the FIFA game is, I would always buy it. Right? And FIFA F1 is developed by EA Sport, Electronic Arts, and they have been a long-time user of Couchbase. Now, one game which I played when I was in high school was Farmville on Facebook. Yeah, I see some heads nodding. That means we're of the same age. Now, Farmville was one of Couchbase's very first customer and was developed by Zynga. Today, Zynga develops the top game in poker, Zynga Poker, and that also runs off Couchbase. Right? Now, if there's some customers which you feel that you want to understand their use case and you want to understand how they are leveraging off Couchbase for their mission-critical applications, feel free to come over to our booth and we can explain it to you. But really, what customers use Couchbase for is number one, performance. Right? If I want you to leave with anything here today, is that Couchbase is the most performant NoSQL database in the market. We also provide our customers with flexibility. Right? So as compared to a relational database, Couchbase stores data in JSON documents. Now that provides you that schemaless data model where you're able to evolve your data model as your application evolves alongside. Now, the third point is mobile and IoT applications. So in the FSI industry, we help a lot of customers in the banking space as well as in insurance, where they're able to take their applications to the provinces, to the villages with a remote area, lack of internet connectivity, and still are able to carry out business as usual tasks. Now, when the agents are on the way home or back in the office where there's internet connectivity, replication of data takes place automatically. There is no human intervention needed, and what this means is that no deal is ever lost because of the lack of internet connectivity. And the last point is to simplify our customers' architecture. So by providing our customers with many of these services out of the box, out of one license, our customers are able to significantly reduce their total cost of ownership. Now, you might be wondering, how is Couchbase different from all the other databases in the market, or maybe even the current database which I'm using? Now, it looks something like this. Right? So what I'm hearing from my customers is that when they start development, maybe they start with a relational database, like MySQL or SQL Server. Now, over time, they realize the limitations of these relational databases, and they think about a NoSQL database. Now, if they have chosen one of the NoSQL databases here, they might realize that performance is a problem, and then a caching solution is required. And later on, when applications are developed even more, they may think, oh, okay, I need a vector search capability, or I may need a full-text search capabilities. And more solutions get added to the stack. Now, what this really results for my customers is a rise of infrastructure costs, licensing costs, and management costs. Right? What happens when I have a problem with my application? Who do I call? Is it the relational database vendor? Is it the NoSQL database vendor? Or is it the partner who built me the whole application? That becomes a problem. And I think this picture pretty much sums it up. It's not a picture taken in Makati or BGC. It's a picture taken outside the Philippines. And it was a running joke within my Couchbase customers, right? That whenever they have a problem with the application, instead of solving the problem, they first have to find which wire in this messy configuration is causing the problem. Now, with Couchbase, we're able to simplify our customers' architecture. We're able to help them to save costs in their total cost of ownership by providing them with all of these services out of the box. So, JSON document database, integrated caching with key value access. We have got vector search. We have got SQL syntax on a NoSQL database, which allows your developers to develop in a much more effective manner. We've got analytics, ACID transactions, even geo-replication and sync. Right? You're able to create two databases in two geographical regions, one in Manila, one in Cebu, have active cluster configuration, or even have one cluster in Philippines and another cluster in Singapore and do active standby. Right? So all of these configurations can come out of Couchbase out of one license. Right? Imagine the power of that. Now, you might be wondering, Ben, where do we go from here? Right? We have heard the great technologies. We want to understand how my company can leverage off Couchbase for my next application, for my next project, or even for my current project where I can migrate off my existing systems and move to Couchbase. Right? feel free to come over to our Couchbase booth. We can set up a session. We can set up a demo. Right? We can even help you to understand what are some of the challenges which you're facing and how Couchbase may be a good fit in resolving some of those issues. So with that, I'd like to come to the end of today's presentation, and I'll take some time for questions. Are there any questions? There are mics around. I see one in the middle, one on the left, and one on the right.
Again, there might be any questions that pop in your head during the presentation. This is the best time to ask it. Just go to the microphones. Going once. Going twice.
Or if you're shy, you can always come to the booth after. It's fine.
All right, can we give a big hand to Benjamin?